Hi, welcome to my video on my implementation of Basic Avatar for my gameplay programming module coursework. Today I'm basically showing off this basic avatar that I implemented into this scene. So the avatar was just found online. It's an asset that could be found on the Unity Asset Store. So the animations and the model aren't my own, but the code and the animator preferences and all that jazz is all my own. So let's get started. So my player can walk forward, walk backwards, turn to the left, makes him do a little jig while turning, turn to the right, does the same but the opposite. So this is using WASD on a keyboard. So yeah, that's the basic controls for the player set up. So he can walk around the area. As you can see here, his animation is getting a little bit faster, so he slowly increases in speed to a point. So his momentum goes up, so his speed goes up, and so does his animation. We'll come to that later on. If you press Shift, he'll do a little roll forward. If you're pressing forward, he'll do that as well, not only when he stood still. But while pressing left, he does a roll to the left, and while pressing right, he does a roll to the right. Same with like forward and left, forward and right. There we go. And then also if you're pressing back and you press roll, he'll go backwards as well. So that's rolling in 4 different directions, movements in forward and backwards. You've got turning, and then you can go like forward and turn in both directions. Last but not least, we've got jumping. So when the player jumps, he goes into the air and he goes forward a little bit. That just takes your last known direction and adds a little force to it. If you're jumping, then you have a little fall animation, and you have a little bit of control when jumping in the air, but not loads. And if you run around a bit and gain a bit of momentum, jumping makes your jump go much further, so you stay in the air much longer. And the momentum's kept if you like stop briefly, but also when you turn around, it'll can carry on running. It'll come back to you. Any problems and bugs I had in this game, in this implementation, are mainly to do with the jumping, because it's difficult to get that down to a point where I was comfortable and it felt tight. So I can jump across these blocks, but it feels a bit off when I don't have the full momentum. So I'll still need a bit more tweaking, but the basics is there. So yeah, I think also as well, if I were to do this again, I think I'd rather have more of a dynamic camera, the camera that's just fixed to the back of the player, and control it with the mouse, and then left would move it left in comparison to the camera, and right would move it right in comparison to the camera. But yeah, I think that's about it really. That's everything I've implemented for my basic avatar, and yeah, thanks very much for watching.